Welcome back, folks, to another episode of Utopia. This is Sinulab, and let's get started. So I have started my way on the nomadic craft path. I have put Steve's factory manager yet again to work to help me keep things under control. Right now we've just got a redstone detector here, receiver, picking up the signal strength of the redstone dust that's getting picked up by this guy. So if it gets to 4, it will shut this compressor off. And this, meanwhile, is emitting a signal strength to the safety valve there to keep the threshold at 4.5. So if it gets anywhere there, over there, it'll let the air out, keep it under control. Don't want it to get above 5 and make things explode. That would be somewhat unpleasant. Also right now, just slowly doing PC boards the old initial way, by hand. Got to put them in the UV light box and then drop them in this acid for a while and keep an eye on them because you don't want them to despawn until I can get my automated system set up here. So I've got the control pad that I'm going to do there. This will be the center platform. We'll have an arm here, a laser there, and then a chest here that will be the in and out of everything. So we need to get that up to get the PC boards automated so I can get the drone action working. And I was actually watching some videos to figure out how they do the high pressure tubes now. It's like, well, not craft them, but they only have these valves, these single valves, and the detector flow, and the pressure release, and even the pressure regulator. You've got to craft these, I was looking at applied logistics too, you've got to craft these advanced PCB boards to get them upgraded for the higher pressures. It gives you an interface with these pieces that basically allows you to set the range of the redstone. So right now this goes from 0 to 7.5 by itself if you don't give it a signal strength to power it otherwise. With an advanced PCB board in this on a high pressure tube will allow you to set it to 0 to 20 will be the signal strength range of the redstone, 0 to 15, so you can detect on high pressure tubes. Glad there was videos out there to watch and learn about that. I was also watching some mod spotlights about Energistics 2. I want to get into that. Learned a few nifty little things about that too we can use to get started. So this is just sitting here now. I'm just going to do this off camera because you don't want to watch me watch boards sitting in etching acid. But I did finish the roof sides anyway, so now we've got a nice symmetrical side, if you will. Over here I'm going to start up with applied energistics. So yeah, I said I was watching the mod spotlights, and there's a compass that we can make that will actually help us find these mines or these meteors. Let's see here, applied. This guy, some charged Sirius quartz and some iron. That's not a problem. I've actually got plenty of that. So let's craft up one of those. Get a little lag on the server today. Not too sure why. But I guess that just happens regularly all the time anyway. So we've got some there. Was it charged in here? No, it's in here. There we go. I have a feeling too that initially this is going to point at that meteor that we've already realized was consumed. Meteorite hunter, nice. Okay, yeah, see, it's pointing over there, and that's the one I think that we've already seen is empty. You can find them underground too, so I think I'm going to, let's see, turn caves back on. I figured out how to get this to light up when I'm underneath a roof. So maybe I'll go over this way and do some exploring and see what I can find. I can find them underground too, so they won't always be on the surface. But anyway, I am going to continue working on pneumatic craft, getting the reeds moved over there for the sugarcane and all that jazz. And I'll be back when I've got an update. Hey folks, there's actually something else I discovered also having to do with these flows that I was coding. Checking for signal strength, 8 through 15 to turn on the emitter, and then under false I would reverse this and then go off the false route. But can actually use the same, ooh, that should actually be 8, shouldn't it? It should. I can do the same range I would normally and then click this little invert selection. So it'll actually be looking at 1 through 7 and I can still use the same numbers, and therefore when it's true now, it's just better flow-wise and logical-wise. And then these flow things, I think it just branches off like, you can do one thing over here and another thing over here. I think maybe how I was using it before and why I was having issues with my crafting earlier was maybe that was just either a bug in the previous version or that's how it worked in the previous version. Everything in this server is pretty much, a newer version of the mods we've all come to know and love, and it's a big, nice learning experience. But so basically, this thing triggers both of these. This is the checking to whether or not to power on the generator, and then this is just the constant thing to the pressure release valve. So excellent, excellent. Hey folks, so I am definitely going to have to invest in some speed upgrades for these pneumatic machines. I was losing quite a bit of air with these doors opening up and closing all the time. Oh, come on now. The item ducts here were only moving items like 1 at a time, 4 at a time, I guess. So I've got 4 upgrades now in here so that I can get 16 items, or maybe it's plus 16. Yeah, I bet. So about 20 items per pull now on both the input and the output here on the south side. So that'll help keep that door not opening and closing as much. But I can further get some speed upgrades. Well, I put an item life upgrade. I was worried about losing some things. I was waiting for this to get back up to 2 bars to make some more compressed iron. So I got an item upgrade in there, but I want to put, oh yeah, in here. Oh, come on now. There we go. Get some speed upgrades in here to get these doors to open and close a lot quicker for here and here. And for the compressor itself, so we can just fill up with air a little bit quicker. Ultimately, I will be getting this to the flux compressor so that I can get powered off of redstone. But I'm going to need the advanced pressure tube for that, and that actually is required in the assembly line here. So this is first and foremost. Figured out how to hook it up. Can't do it from the top. But all right, I think this guy's just about done. Yep, cool. Gonna etch 4 more boards and get moving on. Setting the rest of this up. Hey folks, so it's been a few days for me. Actually, it might have been a couple of weeks actually. I've been quite busy at my day job. Unfortunately, I don't get to make videos all day long, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But anyway, I am back, and from what I remember, I was working on pneumatic craft to get some drone action going on to start harvesting some sugarcane. Now, I was able to get some fireflower seeds from Mr. Lord Evil J because I need to get a charging station. I made a wrench, pneumatic wrench off screen or off camera, but need to charge it because I need this wrench to change one of these arms to an input or an output. I think they default to input. So yes, I think I've got the mats for that now. We're just going to slap this guy here. Very good. Let him charge up and get that in there. And let's get back to a couple of arms. We need the laser. We need a chest here of some type. And we also need the program for lasers. So let's get to that. Now, Micronaut has started up on applied energistics. So there's possibility I may just get some plates made instead of searching for geodes, but I haven't decided yet because I made the compass and I haven't actually found anything in it. Well, I don't know if they're called geodes, but in one of those meteors, that's the term. Yeah, maybe we'll do that at least once. Anyway, I will be back. Hey folks, so I just discovered a new ability. I mean, I was not using the glider's full potential. I was about to make some more lightning seeds, working on pneumatic craft, and I accidentally hit the G key, and I had this text down here say glider active, and I'm like, glider? Well, I kind of figured it was for my chest glider thing, but that's already active, right? Because I don't take fall damage. Well, with glider disabled, that's still true. You don't take fall damage, but with glider enabled or active, you can walk off and you just kind of glide. But if you hit something, then you fall down. Well, that's pretty cool. Did not know about that. So, you know, that might come in handy. All right.
This sword on the wall here? That is an ender, but it is not my particular sword. That's actually Steve's, and it's unenchanted at the moment. Oh, okay, so it doesn't have that bonus yet.
What's going on, folks? So I just had to relog. There was a graphical glitch in here. It looked like there was still some iron in there that wasn't getting compressed and coming out. And I had to break it open to try and get it out, but it wasn't really there. I lost all my air for nothing. Really got to get this thing updated. It takes forever and a half to get this thing pumped up. But anyway, I think I have all the mats to make my I/O arms. Yes, there's 2 of those, and to get that wrench that I needed the charger for. So let's see, we'll put an arm there and there, and let's see, are they all ready to start off? I can't tell if that's input or output. It's going to make a difference when I put the chest. Oh, actually, no, I don't want to have the arm here. That's right, the laser will be back here because then it won't matter where the... I think I can just break these with this. Yeah. And alright, so yes, the laser will go here in back. And I'll get a chest there. So we've got an input and output. I really don't know which one's which. Doesn't really matter. They both can reach the chest. And like that. So get to pump them. Be back. Alright, folks. So I've moved over the sugarcane area to here. I'm just going to do this amount to begin with. I figure it's going to be automated with a drone. I don't really need it to be that big since he'll just be running the whole time I'm not around, right? I will have to make sure the chunk loader has got this area loaded. I didn't really think about that. Maybe I should rotate this so that it's flush or just, you know, hitting, pointing the other way. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how far the chunk loader goes out. But yeah, I'm going to fill these up with water and then put full blocks over them. I've had issues with drones with half slabs and definitely with micro blocks trying to cover the water, because if any of the broken sugar cane fall into the water, that just messes with drones. They don't like that very much, and we're just going to avoid that. So we're going to cover up the water, just get it out of sight, out of mind. The drones won't have to deal with it. I've already set up a barrel over here that will have the drones drop off all the sugar cane too. So we'll have lots of it. Indeed. Hey folks, so Micronaut was over here a while back and pointed out to me that vacuum hoppers cannot vacuum through walls or such, and certainly not the glass that I have surrounding our friend here. So there have likely been 40 plus emeralds I have just failed to collect. This guy still drops them just fine. I've got 10 in here now. So that's good stuff. We've got an influx of emeralds. Very nice. That's how I was able to make the drill pattern for our pneumatic setup. And geez, I'm just sad with how many emeralds I missed. Oh. Alright folks, we have the final pieces that we need to make our assembly laser here. Yes, I have them. What am I missing? No, I have the rose red. Is it because something doesn't stack? No, it is because I do not have the compressed iron. That's alright. Very good. So we've got the laser now. Now we no longer have to soak empty PC boards in the acid over here, whatever this is. So we can just take the empty guys here, drop them in the chest, and we will need to get some speed upgrades in these things for sure, but just a matter of, well, quicker than me waiting around for 5 minutes, that's for sure. This thing will have it all ready to go. So excellent. We have that running. I'm going to make some more seeds. Maybe start that Steve's Factory thing I was talking about. Need to get some way of automating making seeds because it's just a little tedious by hand. Yeah, he's a little slow. Going to need to get some speed upgrades in here, but that is one less thing I have to do, so things are nice. Things are good. Alright folks, moving along here, we have a dispenser upgrade in our charging station. Going to need that for the drone to be able to interact with it automatically for charging. And I believe we have the parts for our programmer now. Yes, excellent. So I'll need to make, oopsie, some just got slain. So next I've got to make a couple of GPS devices so that I can tell the drone some areas to work in. And I need to make the drone, and then I need to make whatever programming pieces I need to do the program. And I'll work on that and come back when I'm good to go. I already put some half slabs, just cobblestone for now, over the water there, so none of them will fall in the water, and our drone won't be able to, or won't have to deal with the water, which they don't deal with anyway. They just kind of get stuck, so none of that. None of that. Alright folks, I have been working the pneumatics for quite some time now. We have the mats to make a drone, but I think I'm going to end this episode maybe looking for some meteors and seeing if we can find ourselves some beginnings to AE. But I've got the drone here now. Took a little while making everything. I even have the program here ready to go. I just don't have all the pieces yet, so that's going to take me another 5 PC boards and a bunch more plastic and all that jazz. But I have this configured to break the sugar canes over there just at that level. Anything above that, of course, will just break off and fall down. And then I have an area around the ground for the drone to pick up any items from there. And at the moment, I have him then exporting to a barrel down here, and we'll see if that works. I've actually never used a barrel for that. Don't see why it won't work, but we'll have to experiment when we actually get the drone running. Mr. Lord Evil J came by again. He's always leaving me his pristine rocky princesses and drones, and also left me a bedrockium drum, excuse me, 65 million. That's quite a lot. I think I'll use that perhaps to hold my DNA for the bees when I eventually get to that, because I have started a new filing cabinet with just the overflow of the drones I'm getting from here. You think it says 1, but you actually pull out a stack of 64 and it can't even register because there's so many in there. And I'm only adding to it. Right now this is a third full of just all these jazz. No, it's just crazy. They used to be filling up in here, and now it's going to run out. So we got to get the version updated so we can get the genetics thing working with the RF dealy bob. Because I got a lot of bees. I'm going to have a real problem pretty soon. But as far as meteors, I think I'm going to need to go west here. That's Micronaut's base there. This is Zombapocalypse. I'm sure he's already investigated that one. This is Spawn. This is Jedi's place. So I'm sure he's got that one. And I'm thinking that anything over here, this is Lord Evil J's over here, anything over here is going to be explored and potentially tapped into. I don't think anyone is currently to the west of me. I certainly haven't explored far enough to find anyone, but I think I'm going to head west and start looking for a meteor. Right now I know that this is pointing at the one that we've already investigated. That was a bust, this guy right here. Yeah, Micronaut got that one, but I'm going to head this way. till the needle changes, and we'll see what we find. Alright folks, we've got a spinning little compass here, so that means that we are in a chunk, at least I believe it means we're in a chunk that has a meteor somewhere pretty much straight down. I really shouldn't have to look too far left and right, but let me dig down and see what I can find. Might not be as easy as just in the chunk. I walked from one chunk to the next and it's still spinning, so there's like 4 or 5 chunks that are spinning like crazy. So perhaps we'll wait to find one on the ground, because right now, alright, it's pointing over here. Now it's spinning like crazy, so you would think that it would be bound in this chunk, at least that's what I thought. But I walk over here and it's still spinning, so it could be in this chunk too. And then I walk over and okay, it's definitely not over here, but that's 4 by 4 then, if we've got this one's spinning. Okay, so maybe it is just a 4 by 4, but that's a little bit more than I bargained for. Maybe I will follow this cave and see where it brings me. Alright folks, we have an actual one chunker. So I'm thinking that, okay, it's spinning in this one, and I've been to the other sides and they're all, oh hey, to pick that up. They're all pointing to the center all around this one. So perhaps that one that was over there that was in the 4 quadrants actually just, it's in between, or on, it's in all 4 of them, it's just in the dead center. That's possible, I'll have to check that out. But right now we've got a 1 quadranter, so I'm going to dig down about here to the center and see what I can find. Alright folks, well, I'm down at Y level 10 here and haven't found anything, so I'm thinking it's not going to be underneath me because those things are pretty big. If I haven't seen it now, it's probably not going to be immediately around me. So I'm going to branch off in each 4 directions about 10 blocks or so, and then go up a few and then check again on all 4 directions until I find it. Folks, so I almost got all the way back up to the top before I found it. There it is, the sky block, or the sky stone. So we all know how long it's going to take me to dig through this, so let me come back when I'm inside. What's up folks, I really shouldn't have, I didn't think this was going to open. I'm sorry I didn't have the opening on camera. There's a sky block on top of it, so I didn't think it opened. It opened. But I got 3 of them here. I actually thought there was only going to be 1 of them in here, but that's pretty cool. So I've got the engineering, I've got the logic, I've got the skill silicon. I think there's only 1 more, some iron nuggets. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. See, I started to go up, and I got to the top, and then I went down, and then I realized that was the bottom. So I'm like, oh, maybe this isn't as big as I thought it was. And it's really not. It's not as big as the one that's up on the surface. That was a dud for me, but then I saw the chest and I just clicked on it and sure enough it opened. It got me an achievement. There it is, unknown technology. Very nice, very nice. So there we go, 3 out of the 4 we need. So I'm going to go back to that other place that had the 4 chunks that were spinning with this compass dealy bob, and dig down in the exact center between the intersection of all 4 of them and see if we find another one. See if it's got the last one. I don't know which one it is, but I think there's only 4 and these 3 are different, so let's keep our fingers crossed. Anyway, I'll be back when I get back to that point. Hey, quickly I'll just say why this ender pouch is another great thing. I need to clean up some inventory, right? I've got 4 things to pick up. I've only got 3 inventory spots. Sure, I could put this back inside my golden bag of holding, but with this ender pouch, I can just drop off some of this stuff that I found on the dig down here, and it's going to go away and get auto-processed and auto-sorted and put somewhere, and if it doesn't find a place to go, I'll find that out when I get back. But hey, we've got inventory space now. Excellent. Okay folks, we are at the intersection. It's right where this tree is actually, so I'm going to chop it down, or at least get most of it out of its way, out of my way. Yeah, that's where I started to dig down before. That's close enough. Actually, maybe not. No, we saw how big they were in the last place. I might You can easily miss it. Oh, well, it's a good thing I'm digging down because it's starting to rain. We don't need to do anything with the tree. Just plop ourselves down here, cover the place up, and start to dig down. Hey folks, just as we suspected, right at the intersection of these four chunks, here we go. We're going to start digging down and see if we get that fourth one right next to some lava. How about that? I was getting worried too. I heard that on the way down, but excellent. Let's see if we get the last one we need. Alright folks, I haven't opened this one yet. But it looked different, and I'm like, nope, that's the chest. Okay, so we have silicone, logic, and engineering. Engineering and logic, okay. And some sky stones. So we didn't get a new one. It didn't contain the fourth one, but that's alright. That's alright. We at least found it with some deducing. It would have been certainly better than clearing through all four chunks. Oof, that would have been bad. Alright, I think I'll meet you back at base. Alright folks, made it back home. And this is the side we're going to dedicate to AE. So we've already got we've got a nice couple of beginning chests here. It seems fitting that they're skystone chests for our presses. So we've got 3 out of the 4. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I think I have to find that fourth one. Going to get that last one now feels like just kind of copping out at the end, you know? So I'm going to do that. I'm going to look for that fourth one, and we'll see how long it takes to get that. In the meantime, I actually should get something set up here with some sort of, for dealy bobs that use these guys. You can actually maybe start to make something without the fourth one. I don't know. We'll see about that. But anyway, folks, I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Went in a little long, only because we went on the excursion to find some AE parts, but that was fun. It was a nice mix-up from the pneumatic craft. I had this grand idea to make the drone to get the, and it'll still happen, to get the harvesting of the sugarcane, but wow, there was a lot of stuff to do just to get to there, and I'm close, but I had to do something else. I had to switch gears and do something else, and now that was pretty cool. The compass works, and yeah, we're going to find that last one. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one, and hopefully it won't be raining, and we'll have some fun. All right, have a good one. Yes, calculation. That's the last one I needed.